the Marine Corps. And at that time, the Armed Forces recruiters had quotas to fill of women and minorities. So there are certain numbers of women that they needed to get in every month for the military. So the local Marine Corps recruiter was doing a great job of selling me on opportunities to travel, adventure, and being part of a tight band of brothers and increasingly sisters that together did amazing things. That was 30 years ago, and I still remember that conversation with my mom. She encouraged me to further explore that option. She told me about how when she'd been my age, she went from her dad's house straight to her husband's house with no time in between to explore and do things for herself. So she ended up in a marriage where her husband didn't encourage her to be anything but a wife and a mother. She loves being a mom, and she's a great mom. And she's here with me tonight, actually. But she always wanted more, and that always shone through, and I loved that about her. She's always encouraged me and my sister and brother to do anything that we want to do, and that it's all possible if you work for it. My dad and granddad, on the other hand, weren't so encouraging of me going in the military, and that's probably pretty common of people that age, and of that generation. My dad said, "No daughter of mine is going to be a Marine." My granddad predicted that I wouldn't make it through basic training. And I mean, again, I love them both, and my dad's not here with me tonight, but he has told me often how proud he is of me, and we have a great relationship. I don't hold any of that against him, but it is the first memory that I have of feeling like I was being judged solely on my gender. It sparked a fire inside me to prove them wrong, and anyone else who said I couldn't do something simply because I'm a girl. But that brings something else to light that I think needs to be talked about. In a word, it's responsibility. So I knew that as I progressed through training and into the life of being a U.S. Marine, that I would be watched and judged to see how I, this barely 100-pound little girl, was going to handle the challenges thrown at her. But I chose to take that on, and that meant I had a responsibility to live up to. And I had a responsibility to live up to my abilities and do the hard stuff. I could have no expectations for special considerations for the fact that I was smaller, not physically as strong, and a girl. It was probably physically harder for me to rise to the challenges that most of my fellow Marines who were bigger and stronger than I was. I had further to go just to get to their baseline. But because I chose to step into that world, I had a responsibility to work my butt off and do it. And let me tell you, rising to those challenges and overcoming them and growing physically and mentally in ways I'd never experienced before gave me the confidence to, or a deep-seated belief that my gender alone will never hold me back from doing what I want to do. But that's the key. I can't expect to be treated differently or given special consideration for my gender if I want to be afforded the same opportunities as a man or anyone else, right? You have to work for it. It's important for me to say this. It's important to me for me to say this to everyone now that I have the opportunity and have a mic in my hand. Given the things going on around us right now, I see groups of minorities, especially women, using this political landscape that we're in as a platform to stand on and scream to the world of injustices. We have more of an opportunity in today's age of media to be heard than ever before, and that's a wonderful thing. But with that comes responsibility. With the freedom to say what we want to say and the platforms to say it on comes great responsibility. And there's that word again. I'm thankful to be living in a time where women in America are no longer oppressed or denied rights simply because of our gender. We have many strong, brave women who paved the path before us to thank for that. While we still have work to do, we have the same basic rights now that men do in this country. And we have a responsibility to assert those rights and to go after what we want. But we have to be willing to work for it and not expect it to be given to us. There's a difference between those two mindsets, and we have to keep that top of mind always. In addition, we have the responsibility to help empower other women, and that's another reason why I'm very proud of the women who have come before me tonight, as well as over the years, and the women that are coming after me, as evidenced by these essays that we just heard, and my daughter who's here in the room with us as well. We have to lead by example and lift others up in strength, opportunity, and positivity. And we have to be careful not to attempt to assert ourselves and our gender and our strength in our gender through a hateful spirit against other groups of people. It's our responsibility to continue the work of great women whose shoulders we stand on. We can press forward without tearing down, and it's our responsibility to do so. So thank you for giving me this platform to share my thoughts, and thank you for the extreme honor of choosing me to receive this award, and I accept it with a deep feeling of responsibility to be worthy of it. Thank you.
Shirley, you have your certificate and a small gift and a silver suit and band.